What was it like to be separated from the comforts of home?
It's hard to, I think it was definitely difficult. Some of it I remember getting used to. I mean, I was always really uncomfortable with hand washing our clothes. Like, that's strange. And I don't think I had ever hand washed my clothes before we went abroad. So I didn't like that piece. It was hard to always be around people. Like, I realized when given the opportunity, I love my time alone, my space alone, to just not be around anybody at all. And so that was probably one of the more draining parts of the Camino for me, was finding time to have space to be away from people and to be with my own thoughts and to be okay not always being with everybody else and being with a large group, because fear that any moment you walk away, you're missing out on the next inside joke or the best story that's about to come out from some person. It's hard to remember like the specific details now of what I really missed the most. And obviously, like, everybody talks about the blisters and how you're physically uncomfortable, which for me was like, yeah, blisters and then the foot stuff. And
what was your biggest obstacle that you faced?
I was my biggest obstacle throughout the journey, because there were the physical challenges of like climbing a mountain, which I originally envisioned that was going to be the biggest obstacle of the whole Camino for me. That mountain was the thing in my mind, like, that I could not get beyond. Remember, I thought I was going to die on the mountain? I thought,
yeah, sadly.
Yeah. I literally thought I was not going to make it over the mountain. But as we kept walking and as time went on, I was my own obstacle. It was, like, reconnecting with myself and healing myself was the hardest part for me, because I felt for me it took so much longer than it took for other people. I remember, you like about halfway through the journey, a lot of people are starting to feel like physically more comfortable and emotionally more sound. But I think it didn't hit for me until the last third of the Camino. I remember feeling like a late bloomer of sorts. Like I had, it took a long time for me to emotionally de-thaw, to come back into myself, to feel just basic feelings again. Yeah, to even feel like basic feelings like happiness and sadness and anger. I did feel anger, at some point. And that took a really, really long time. And then to be alive is like a whole nother level where you truly embrace it all. So took a long time coming.
Did you ever question if you could do it or question if you could succeed?
Oh yeah. I don't think I fully believed it until I actually made it to the very, very end, to when we made it to Finisterre. That was when the immensity of everything settled in, and I realized I had walked the whole Camino, and then I could believe in myself. But for me, it wasn't when I reached Santiago. That was not the end mark for me. I was not satisfied. I did not feel accomplished. I did not feel that I had reached what I had wanted to, the point that I wanted to get to, until I got to Finisterre. Then I let myself feel successful and so happy.